Hello, floating tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI Brave New World with me, BlueAnkylo. Today we're going to assault the floating continent and see if we can stop Kefka and Gestal from messing the world up with those warring triad goddess statues. So one quick note, if you're playing along, I was able to get another lore from the Phantom Forest, just fight some ghosts in here. And one of them will cast Blaze. You can sketch to get them to cast it, or you can wait, or Gao can mimic them and do it himself. So that's easy enough. I didn't find any other lores. I did pick up a few more rages from Gao, just typical stuff you'd expect to find from enemies we fought in the past. I did not get any Intangier rages or anything like that, but I was able to get some of the basic stuff. You know, some of the enemies we fought on the mountain over here, and just some of the new stuff that Gao hasn't had a chance to learn yet. So anyway, it's time to assault the flying fortress. You can get to it from your airship controls. Now, I would suggest, personally, gearing up a strong party, and I like to prioritize people with HP in Brave New World. I'm sure there's other ways to min-max this next dungeon, but it is probably one of the most difficult dungeons we've seen up to now. So I particularly like... I like bringing Terra because she's got good magic and good HP, as does Sabin and Edgar. There's other options that are pretty solid. I'm still not a huge fan of uncontrollables like Gao. I know one thing I was going to mention is I did some research. I don't know if this is something that you could do in the original game. It might not be something in the original game. But in Brave New World, at the very least, if you use a green cherry on Gao while he's raging, you can bring him out of it, so he can then be controlled and use a different rage. So that's okay. It still costs you an action, but it gives you an ability to switch him around a little bit, so you could switch him to one rage that does some buffs, and then green cherry him and switches him to a different rage, which gives him different abilities. So that's kind of neat, but I don't know. Seems like a bit of a mess up. Or, not a mess up, just a bit of work, like a bit too much work. I don't know what these are for yet, honestly. So that's Gao. Mog, I feel, is pretty strong in Brave New World. I'm still not a huge fan of random abilities. His dances are certainly strong. You need to know what element your enemies are weak to and then use the correct dance and hope that you get the ability you want. Otherwise, I assume maybe the green cherry might bring him out of his dances as well, so you could regain control. There's that. Setzer I'm really not a fan of. Realm and Strago just have very low HP right now, and they're very reliant on magic and lores, so until they get better magic, they're kind of one-trick ponies. They can only do like one thing. Locke doesn't really dish out much damage, and there's nothing to steal coming up. If you're familiar with the game, usually you might consider bringing Locke because there's a certain boss that we can steal items from that Locke is a really good bet for. That's not an issue in Brave New World, so don't even worry about that. Otherwise, he's just a semi-useful healer. That leaves Cyan, who's definitely stronger than he was in vanilla Final Fantasy VI. He still lacks a target all type attack, but between his dispatch and his dragon attack, he's pretty good. He's got a bit of magic to heal up as well, but honestly, I feel like everyone in this room, for me anyway, is the weaker group at the moment. So then, my actual group, just for a quick overview, we're going with two-handing lances, sort of focusing on offense here for Edgar. He has the Dragon Seal and the Power Glove. His jumps should do a lot of damage, as long as the enemies aren't immune to fire, in which case we want to switch this to something else. So that's pretty cool. Then we've got Terra, who's mostly focusing on magic. She's going to be our primary healer in here, so she's got all the standard healing stuff, and lots of support spells. She's got a lot of viability. She's got Fire 3, and she's got some wind and water attacks. I feel like she makes the best use of magic at this point, just because she's got so many spells. I just equipped Meduin, so she's got a wind elemental attack, but otherwise, you know, pick whatever. Edgar, I went with Siren just so that he's got some status protection, although the summon Siren is not very amazing. Unicorn might be better. I think it heals the party, right? So that's a little bit nicer of a in-battle summon. And Golem gives your party some defense, or some protection, but the defense bonus is probably not as good as Siren. I don't know if we're going to fight enemies that can cast Muddle or Blind. I think the Vigor and Unicorn might be better, honestly. I've changed my mind. Then we've got Sabin, who's just attacking oriented with claws. We can always switch out his claws for different elements as we see fit. I like the Tiger's Mask because it gives him good stats. And evasion. I like that 68% evasion. Gaia gear is useful as well. A lot of... it's got some evasion and some vigor. So his vigor is really high, honestly. That's pretty great. And then for him, he's going to be kind of my protector character. So he's got regenerate, and he'll take a hit for people if they're about to die, which might be useful. It hasn't happened too often, but he could definitely save a turn by taking a blow for someone with his lots of HP and regeneration with high stamina. He's got Stray equipped, which just blocks some status elements. He doesn't really have a lot of options, so I figure why not. He actually doesn't get any benefit from blocking poison as long as you've got... Well, actually, no. Regen blocks sap, right? So poison might still be useful. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And then Celeste, I'm also bringing, sort of. You'll see. I recommend not bringing her on the next dungeon for reasons that will be apparent eventually. If you're completely unfamiliar with Final Fantasy VI, she's definitely good. Now that you've got her back, she's got the same kind of spells as Terra, except ice instead of fire, and lots of useful support and all that. The downside is she doesn't have any... Well, actually, no, she does have HP growth. I just haven't had a chance to use them. As long as you've got Seraph, she can gain max HP. I just haven't had a chance to give her Esper levels yet. So that's what she's going to equip. Seraph is also really expensive, but I think it like full heals everyone on the party or something. We'll test it out later. So I figure that's pretty good for her. The thing is, we're not actually bringing her to the floating continent because you can only bring 3 people. And you should not actually bring her, but you might want to equip her. Anyway, we'll talk about that more later on. I don't want to spoil it, other than there's a reason that when we do this, you only are allowed 3 characters, and I would recommend not bringing Celeste as one of your main 3. Which is odd, you might think, but that is one of my rules. So anyway, Terra's kind of leading the team, and she's got Edgar and Sabin as her big bruiser supports, and that's all you're allowed to bring. No 4th member. Strange. Hope you saved, by the way. This could be exciting. Got the exciting music. So unfortunately, apparently, the Imperial Air Force is going to try to stop us. We've never seen them before, but yeah, the IAF. Didn't know that the Empire had floating machines of war, did you? Now these fights are usually not too difficult, but we'll see. The fire seems to work at least, and water seems to work. Ice, it looks like the yellow guy is immune to ice. They're probably immune to poison as well. Every battle here being a pincer attack is kind of brutal, because you get a lot of hits in the back. That did a lot of damage, though. They have lots of defense, so one of the reasons I brought Sabin here with the regen ring specifically is his mantra will often heal the full party well. Well, I don't know the mechanics, actually. Like, it used to work kind of like White Wind, where it counted his max HP. I guess I shouldn't have equipped the Ice Brand for Terra here. We can change that in a second. But, yeah, usually having a full HP on Sabin worked out really well because it's, he could use Mantra to heal the party with his max HP, like with his health full. Unfortunately, that may have been nerfed a bit in the mod. Probably not a bad idea to do your Esper levels here while we're having fun. I think I prefer Vigor here for Edgar, even though it's less total HP. We should probably do a little bit of topping up between battles. Oh, also, before I forget, apparently this is the wrong sword. So let's go with lightning, maybe? I wouldn't be surprised if robotic enemies are weak to lightning. Sky armor. Okay, so the double yellow guys. Okay. Edgar's counterattack with his lance is pretty strong. Keeping in mind that he's got that, whatchamacallit, he's got the power gloves, is what I'm trying to say. No lightning claws, maybe one day, but We don't have those yet. I want to see how much damage Edgar's jump can do. I have very high hopes. Actually, not that bad. I've seen it do better. They're not weak to his Fire Lance is the key. So there's an awful lot of these enemy flyers coming at us. Spitfires and Sky Armors. Be nice if we had a better way to kill them. There's probably a few tricks you could use here. I expect there's a couple rages from Gao that would be very effective in this situation. But I don't know what they are exactly. I'm sure there are some. Suplexing them seems to work. That's half the battle. I wish you'd turn around when you got hit in the back so that you'd stop taking double damage from back attacks, but... a little bit of free healing at least, right? So hopefully you realize why I was so focused on boosting our character's HP, because we keep taking hundreds and hundreds of damage per hit. Like, taking 200 or 300 damage per hit here is pretty common. Missile might be a percentage of your HP, though. It's possible. But if you're bringing characters that only had 300 or 400 max HP, I feel like this would be a lot more difficult. That's why I always recommend HP boosting Espers if you can. Alright, well, this battle's not getting old or anything. I have a feeling they might be weak to wind, so I'm going to try a very expensive spell here. Let's try Storm. I don't know if we've even used that on camera yet. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's expensive, but it's one of the reasons I wanted to bring Terra, so... because it's a special target all type of attack, like if you try to use Fire 3 and target all, you won't hit both sides of you in a pincer attack. But naturally, targeting all type attacks will still work. And that looks strange. Let's heal up. I could put Terra in the back row, morph her, and use her spells to do even more damage. Maybe one day. Another one of these. Now, I will let you guys know that in between episodes, I did spend a bit of time shopping, so I spent most of our money. I bought a bunch of things like... that was a nice drain there, that was good. I bought a bunch of tinctures and potions and stuff, so we've got some better healing items if we need them. We've got some items that heal like half of your HP rather than just 100. And that's another reason why having max HP be high is very useful. We can heal 500 with an item use rather than 100. And the tinctures to recover MP, because there's very rare... it's rare in Brave New World to find MP recovery items. Like, you can't rest the same as we used to. Dang. Relax. I'm pretty happy with burning some MP on Storm. Seems to work well here. But yeah, I think like I was saying, there's probably some rages from Gao that if you know the right kind will work similarly well here and just target the entire enemy group. And maybe not kill them in one attack, necessarily. I haven't seen very many rages from Gao that will do, like, pushing 2,000 damage like Terra. Generally, it's more like a couple hundred, or like a few hundred at this level, but maybe you know a secret that I don't for making Gao awesome. Similarly, Mog might have a useful dance if you know... Oh yeah, we should definitely heal up. If you know which way to go, basically. Oh look! An octopus! Ultros is back! Seriously. He's never lied to us before, right? Alright, well, Drill will inflict sap, so might as well go with that. And, where do we want to go? We're gonna suplex him, of course. And why don't we scan him? I don't use scan nearly as often as I should. Especially in Brave New World, where I don't know the new weaknesses very well. Whoa, fire! Okay, jump. Edgar's gonna destroy this guy. Weak to fire and lightning. Alright, I think it was poison and fire before, maybe? I don't know. Oh no, don't blind Edgar! Stupid ink. Stupid octopus ink. Alright, we're gonna have Edgar jump, but we're gonna wait just a second on it. So I'm pretty sure that the remedy spell will heal him and deal with that. So that should get rid of blind and heal him a bit. There we go. So remedy got a big boost. It used to just cure status ailments. Now it also heals. I believe it's one of the stamina heals, so something to think about. I wonder if Sabin's mantra used to be his max HP and then split amongst the party. That might have been the way the heal worked, rather than White Wind, which just healed at full. But yeah, that's gonna destroy this guy so fast. Also, because it's sort of canonical here, traditionally, Ultros always gets massacred by Terra's fire magic. So I'm gonna try to morph Fire 3 it here. This should do a ridiculous amount of damage, as long as she can stay alive. It's not actually as good as the jump. Not bad. Sorry, Ultros, you lose again. Wait, that strange-looking thing that was flying... I mean, how did the octopus get into sky, right? Anyway, welcome Chupon. He is our wind elemental enemy. Hopefully I didn't get Terra killed here, but... That's... That's why I don't use Morph very often. No, what am I doing? This one. So I believe Ultros is no longer targetable in this battle. We've sort of beaten him already. Now we've got to deal with Chupon a little. Yeah, we can't actually target the octopus. So, of course, Terra's the only one with a life spell. Now, if I put her in the back row smartly, she probably still would have died. I don't think she would have had enough HP to take all that. Quick heal here to help out a little bit. I mostly like Sabin because his abilities all are 0 MP, so even if they're not the best, you can spam them a lot without really losing anything. Alright. I guess it would have been smart to put, like, regeneration on people. Or hate. Like, I didn't really do any of the buffs that I'd normally do for a boss fight. If you were smart, you would have hasted everybody and put regeneration on and all that kind of fun stuff. Let's, put sap on the boss. Dang! Okay, that's not fair, Ultros. We killed you already. You're not allowed to get attacks in. See what I mean about HP, man? Guys, look at this. Here I am with almost 1,000 HP on everyone, and we're still getting killed in 2 hits. Now, Terra doesn't have very much physical defense, so these guys are doing physical hits more than I was expecting. I should have known better. Uh-oh. Be careful with Mr. Chupon. Well, I was hoping not to end this battle with no HP. And everyone basically dead. Great. Am I just gonna lose this fight now? Come on, video game. Brave New World. Once you beat Ultros, the fight's supposed to be over. This is kind of ridiculous, actually. Thanks, Sabin, you saved the day. You're my hero. I got nothing. Maybe I should have just gone for damage here to try to finish him off. Hey, look! Are you kidding me? I missed... Quickly! Alright, we need... Whatever, it's worth it. We gotta kill this guy. I'm gonna lose. Oh, Oh, there's so many random battles to get here. Please tell me it's the end of the fight. No, I actually lost to this ridiculous fight. It's really supposed to be an easy fight, and I'm not impressed that Brave New World sort of... I don't know, I hate to rag on Brave New World. I do like the mod, but some of this stuff is just too much. I'll have to put a cut in the episode because we spent 15 minutes fighting random battles, and I'll meet you guys back at the boss fight again. I'll try to remember to put Terra in the back row at least. That fight is not supposed to be that hard. I swear. If you're playing this along with no Brave New World, you almost can't lose that fight. Seriously. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. Sorry to be so salty. We'll see. Hello again, folks. So here we are. I'm doing it again. This time everyone's fully buffed. We've got haste, safe, shell, regen on everyone. I do feel quite bad that I died horribly that last time, but we should be fine now. I mean, we're taking less damage. We regenerate. I don't know. We'll see. If I lose again, then I can definitely stand by my decision to say that Brave New World has made this fight way too difficult. We haven't really done any damage to Ultros yet. I mostly just buffed up ahead of times there. I want to see what Sabin's physical attack looks like here, to be honest. Unfortunately, I think one of his claws is Ocean, like for water damage, which was kind of a mistake. Yeah, it heals him. But Drain should work. I mean, that's better than nothing, I guess. I'm pretty sure Sabin is immune... Oh, I thought he was immune to... Never mind. I thought he was immune to Blind. Apparently not. I'll just use... We're kind of low on MP here for Terra, so let's just use an item. See, I was trying not to use all of my MP and resources on this fight, because there might be another fight coming after this battle. This might not be the end of the boss fights. So yeah, okay, we deal with Ultros. Ah! Then we drop the keyboard on the floor, hit a bunch of buttons, and stop the recording. I mean, no, then we fight Mr. Chupon again. Sorry about that, iPhone God there. So let's see if we can keep Terra alive. I love starting this up with a suplex, so that's about as good as it could be. I don't actually know what Chupon's weaknesses will be in the mod. We're kind of low on MP, but can't believe I spent like 200 MP from Terra buffing everyone. Shell is not cheap in this game. Weak to lightning. Alright. I didn't expect him to be weak to lightning, but there he is. There it is. So we don't really have lightning though. Does anyone have any lightning abilities? Like, I don't think we can do that. So make sure we got sap on him, I guess. Try not to let Terra die. She will regenerate pretty quickly, but... Huh. I don't know if there's any sort of trick for this fight that I maybe don't know about, like... Oh wait, no, she does. Okay, this is actually... I did equip her with the Thunder Sword, because it worked against... Also, the ranged weapon does extra damage to flyers, which he counts as a flyer. What I was trying to say is I did equip the Thunder Blade on her already, so she does have the only lightning attack. Unfortunately, back row isn't hitting very hard. I'm not sure why. The animations are not working properly. Well, I guess there's perhaps our best damage output on Chupon. Hopefully he doesn't have too many HP, and I just got stuck in a sort of healing cycle where we got stuck trying to revive people for too long. Wish me luck, everybody. It looks like Terra doesn't receive double healing from Mantra while she's got Morphon, which is a little bit odd. Because she certainly receives double healing from normal magical cures. Please tell me he's about done here. Usually when Ultros says that, it's the end of the battle. Instead, last time we got murdered by wind slashes, basically, yeah. Well, at least our back row boomerang thing is working out. Full moon, I think it's called. He's feeling a little sick. Oh, there we go. That's the one I was waiting for. We must have been close last time, but... Anyway, there's our sneeze. And that's the end of the battle. Or not! Now for the IAF. For real this time. So, I wish we had some MP left, because the fight's certainly not over. I wish we'd cast Float. That would have saved us, right? We never would have fallen off it. So I don't know... I don't know the strategy for this one yet. Other than Sabin dying immediately, maybe? Oh, they recover... Okay, this is convenient, at least. This wasn't in the original game, last I remembered. Looks like when you finish the Ultros battle, they recover all of everyone's MP. So that's nice of them. Because maybe they knew they made the fights too hard. Who knows? We could try hasting everyone up if you expect this to be a difficult fight. There's a lot of little parts on this guy, so I'm thinking just try to damage some of the little parts. Because you'll stop a lot of his attacks if we can destroy a few things here. That seems to have done pretty good damage. Alright. Maybe I should have gone with the jump instead. Alright, well, you know. Apparently it likes its Megavolt. So why did Edgar take, like, less than half the damage Sabin took from that? Riddle me that, Batman. No idea what that's gonna do. Just a bit of damage, sure. Well, clearly, while falling from the sky, fighting a flying tank machine type thing, the correct choice is to, suplex it. What else would you do fighting a giant flying fortress while you're falling to your death? Don't ask questions, guys. Oh, I forgot to put sap on him again. Kind of curious if this will do more damage. Nah, the suplex seems to be superior. So I think, at the very least, I should still put regen on everybody. Especially if it can inflict sap, so then we can counter that. But it takes a long time to buff everybody up, so I didn't want to do it on camera last time. I guess I could scan it, see what it's weak to again. Like I said, I've been kind of lazy with those lately. Probably lightning or something. But it's using lightning, so how would that make sense? It is... and water. And it's got float, so... Actually, Terra's physical attacks... Never mind, it's dead. This guy was way easier than Ultros and Chupon. I guess maybe if you didn't kill the little bits on it very quickly, the little side turret things, maybe it would be more difficult. Anyway, we win and then we fall to our death, right? Nope. Welcome to the floating fortress. And if you've been wondering why I had Shadow's picture on the side, well, maybe this had something to do with it? Yeah, we got your dog. You're covered. So, there's your fourth party member. Now you know the trick. And, hope you brought a cool sword for him. I would not recommend equipping any instant death type weapons here, because we'll be fighting undead enemies, and if you hit them with a sword that deals instant death, it will cost you. Now, I think Demon's Bane does Holy Element, which is kind of the opposite of that. And for Shadow, I don't know. I usually like to focus on his evasion. So he can only wear hats that give him 10% evasion. So of these three, I don't know, Headband at least gives him a lot of speed. If I didn't bring Sabin, I probably would have a spare Tiger's Mask. Actually, that's what I should do. I should switch this over. Yeah. Oh, he can't use it. Never mind. I thought he could use that. Really? Really? Well, that'll teach me. Anyway, so, I guess that's as good as that gets. And then Gaia Gear or Ninja Gear. There might be some enemies that use Earth attacks here, so the Gaia Gear might be the right choice. And for him, we're going to go Back Guard because it gives him more evasion. And I sort of planned this out a little bit. Another item that gives him evasion of some sort. So either Zephyr or... That's the only one that gives him evasion. So Zephyr Cape. It's not very good usually, but when you're just trying to max out your evasion for Shadow, not so bad. And we'll give him some... I guess he can only get Phantom. So we gotta learn some spells here, buddy. Unfortunately, he doesn't have very good Esper levels to gain him HP or anything, but this is all we got. Vigor and Stamina, so that's what he gets. Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to end the episode here because we're already pretty long into this one because of that last boss fight. We will explore the floating continent next episode. It's a big, long area, so don't worry about it. And this is pretty tough. Expect some difficult battles here. This is one of my favorite areas when I played the game the first time. New music, really cool atmosphere, and this was one of the hardest parts of the original game in my recollection. So let's see what Brave New World does with the twist. Alright folks, thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.